Hi, I am Allie Camilletti, and you are listening to Snack Leadership. I will be talking about everything leadership, broken down into bite-sized pieces. You will hear what different leadership skills look like in organizations and how they can rise teams up or take them down. I help leaders build resilience and improve performance by bringing awareness to opportunity behaviors in my business. Spark your mindset. I provide leadership and sales coaching, as well as team building and guest speaking. My hope is for you to feel inspiration and to create a spark in your mindset. Hi everyone. Today we are talking about hope. Hope is the inner belief that positive change is possible and that our actions, guided by faith, intention, and persistence, can move us closer to a life aligned with our values and purpose. Hannah was such a pleasure to talk to, and I felt like I had done research on her story, which I'll have it linked in her show notes, but she embodies hope, and it's because of her story and what she went through. And I thought about that for me. Because do I feel I am hopeful? Absolutely. I am not one who is looking at the doom and gloom. It's just not how I operate. Do I have moments of feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Of course. But in the big picture, I have a ton of hope in so many different ways. And it is a value for me as having hope. So when I went to start to look at content for hope, I came across an article by Neuroscience News. Hope outshines happiness as key to life's meaning. And I was really intrigued by this. They say hope isn't just about wishful thinking. It's a unique emotional experience that may be more essential to well-being than happiness or gratitude. I love my gratitude. What a thought. A new study shows that hope stands out among positive emotions as the most consistent predictor of a meaningful life. Researchers analyzed responses from over 2,300 participants across 6 studies and found that hope alone reliably enhanced people's sense of life meaning. These findings challenge traditional views of hope as merely goal-oriented and reframe it as a cornerstone of psychological health. So, key facts. Hope versus happiness. Hope was more strongly linked to life meaning than happiness, excitement, or gratitude. Everyday power. Small positive moments, future potential, and nurturing acts can all help cultivate hope. Life benefits. A stronger sense of meaning is tied to better health, relationships, income, and life satisfaction. Hope isn't just wishful thinking. It's a powerful emotion force that gives our lives meaning. Now, a new groundbreaking study from the University of Missouri shows it may even be more essential to well-being than happiness or gratitude, as they stated. I think hope for me is linked to gratitude, and the outcome really is happiness. Because if I'm in a grateful place and have hope, then the outcome is happiness. So for years, psychology has tied hope to goal setting and motivation. But a team of researchers led by Megan Edwards and Laura King from Mizzou's Department of Psychological Sciences is challenging that idea, showing that hope stands apart as one of the strongest positive emotions that directly fosters a sense of meaning. Thought that was interesting. Our research shifts the perspective on hope from merely a cognitive process related to goal alignment to recognizing it as a vital emotional experience that enriches life's meaning, said Edwards, who earned a doctorate at Mizzou and is now a postdoctoral scholar at Duke University. This insight opens new avenues for enhancing psychological well-being. Using 6 studies with more than 2,300 participants from diverse backgrounds, the team analyzed a range of emotions, including amusement, contentment, excitement, and happiness. The findings consistently demonstrated that the only hope consistently predicted a stronger sense of meaning. Only hope did. I think this is so fascinating. Experiencing meaning in life is a central aspect of psychological functioning. Absolutely, right? I want to feel like I have meaning, like I make a difference in what I do, for sure. So, predicting a host of important outcomes such as happiness, better quality relationships, better physical health, and higher income. King, a curator's distinguished professor of psychological sciences, said this. Experiencing life as a meaningful is crucial. So, experiencing life as meaningful, right? Like, we are here, we have meaning. We're not just robots ticking away the time, doing our thing. But it's crucial for just about every good thing you can imagine in a person's life. This cornerstone of psychological functioning is not a rare experience. It is available to people in their everyday lives, and hope is one of the things that makes life feel meaningful. How to cultivate more hope in daily life? They say, since finding meaning in life enhances everything, from self-care to relationships and daily routines, the researchers suggest simple ways to build hope each day. One approach is to pay attention to and appreciate positive moments. I'm just analyzing myself. Do I do this? Absolutely. Yeah, I have moments of joy throughout that I really pay attention to, and I just take it in, and I'm so grateful. Again, gratitude. Even the small ones. The small ones, like this morning, my daughter was telling a funny story about how who would she call if she ran out of oil in her car? And I'm sitting here thinking this was probably going to be the case later on. I know my daughter pretty well. And she's like, I don't think I'd call you or dad. Like, what if you guys were gone? I'm like, good point. And she said, I think I'd call my friend Lena. And I loved it. I loved that she was seeing that there's community for her. And that right there was a positive moment for me, is that she wasn't putting all the weight on us, that she knows who her people are. Beautiful. Another strategy is to seize opportunities even in chaotic times. When life feels uncertain, recognizing and seizing small opportunities can create a sense of forward momentum. It helps to appreciate growth and potential both in yourself and others. Recognizing ongoing progress can inspire thoughts of a positive future. So, engaging in caring and nurturing activities is another way to cultivate hope. Just as tending to children or planting trees can symbolize future possibilities, investing time in activities that nurture growth can reinforce a hopeful mindset. Right now, I am co-chairing an initiative for education in the industry, and we're building an education platform. That right there makes me feel hopeful that I am able to make a difference for people and give them resources to make their businesses more successful, to support their employees and their team members in their company. That feels very hopeful for me. And a big part of why I'm doing it, because I believe in the importance of giving back. So when things feel bleak, you're hearing this in January, I'm recording in November, our world feels a little bleak. Again, I don't do a lot of news or get into all the politics, but I'm still on this earth and I know what's happening. But they say it's important to remember that nothing's permanent. This is not permanent. As I told somebody recently, we got through COVID, we could get through this. Situations can change, anything can change in a moment. And hope begins with the belief that It will. It will. King believes their findings may only scratch the surface of hope's full impact. Future research will explore the power of hope in especially difficult times. The goal is to develop strategies that help people stay hopeful and find meaning even when facing adversity. So for you, I encourage you, think about hope, what it means for you, what it means for those around you. Have the conversations, because we are in very different times right now. And the data is showing the best thing we can do is be hopeful, right? The only thing I can control today is how I interpret information and what I do with it. I can get information, it can take me down a rabbit hole, right? And I can feel very bleak and the world is ending and oh my gosh, but that is not how I choose to operate. Like right now we're dealing with what's healthcare going to look like for us? And I said, I'm kind of sticking my head in the sand. I'm going to wait for it all to work out. We'll see what happens in the end, right? I'm not reacting to what the possibilities they are saying are going to be the case right now. We'll see how it goes. That's my choice. I am in control of how I handle these different situations every day. And so have those conversations with people, because we've seen there is a lot of people that have felt like there wasn't hope. I've experienced it a lot in my community. And if I'm just experiencing it in my community, I can't imagine what other people are experiencing. But we get to have that choice, and we get to have that choice to have conversations with others and help them find ways to be hopeful. Help them to find those moments of joy. Little moments, they add up. They don't have to be huge, just little ones. But really encouraging that with those around you and having those conversations to help people get through what they're experiencing and bring them to a place of hopefulness. So I leave with you today Desmond Tutu's quote, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness." Thank you for tuning in to Snack Leadership. I hope you felt inspiration, motivation, and felt your mindset spark. Snack Leadership is recorded and produced by myself, Ali Camilletti, and music by Shireen Amini.